This is the viral fudgy brownie recipe from TikTok. And I do have to say, these are actually really really good. 23 million people seem to love them. So this is what they look like. I call it like a brownie slab. Oh, but like inside, I'm gonna put the recipe and I would give them an 8 out of 10. And I think you would really enjoy it. Super easy to make. Happy Thursday morning. Today we are trying viral TikTok brownies. As of yesterday, I was scrolling through TikTok, which I normally don't go through TikTok, and I found this brownie recipe that had 23 million views, like 23 million. So the weird thing about this is when I clicked into it, it didn't tell you how long to bake it, and it also didn't tell you what temperature to cook it at. So I'm really winging it with these brownies, but with 23 million people, we're gonna give it a try and see how they turn out. So grab your coffee, follow along, and let's see how these viral TikTok brownies turn out. So I am starting with, I always forget something, you always know that by now with me. I am starting out with 5 tablespoons of butter, and normally I would put this all in one pan, but in order to get nice, light, fluffy brownies, you need to put them in the butter and the eggs and the sugar need to get all whipped together really well to get nice, thick, fudgy brownies. So I've got that. I've got 1.5 cups of sugar. Not a cup and a half, 1.25 cups of sugar. So I have a really good brownie recipe, so I always get a little nervous, but I thought, what the heck, let's try this recipe off TikTok. See what happens. Okay, 2 eggs and 1 yolk. So I already did that ahead because I don't like to do the yolk thing on the internet or on the YouTube. So I'm gonna put those in there, and I am going to whip this with a little bit of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm not a very good measurer on that. And I'm going to whip this for 2 to 3 minutes. Now you're gonna have to heat over the top of that. We're gonna get the rest of this ready. Okay, we need 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, which I did not go get, so I'll do that in a minute. Baking cocoa. You need 3/4 cup of this wonderful stuff that makes really good brownies. Let's see, that was half. This stuff like comes flying out too. So I'm gonna go grab the vegetable oil, and then it's 1/2 cup of flour. You're probably not able to really like follow along with me. And then an 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda, which isn't very much. We're gonna try it. I got a brand new baking soda. Try to redo. Just picked this up yesterday. Okay, it says easy open tab. These are never easy open. The boxes aren't strong enough, and then they just make an absolute disastrous mess. So whoever makes these, make the boxes stronger if you want us to use the easy open tab. Okay. And then 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, which seems like a lot. So let's see what these brownies smell like. Okay, 1 tablespoon. So what that's going to do to the brownies, but we'll see. Okay, I got to go grab the vegetable oil. That should be just about done doing its thing in there. Okay, 1/3 cup of this. I need to get some more vegetable oil. We've been frying a lot of fish lately, so use the trick of it. Okay, I'm going to mix this together. And stay tuned, because today's baking day, far, I don't know if I like the way that that mixed up, but we'll try it. Looks like some of it got stuck to the bottom here. I would say I'm gonna change the recipe just a tad and have you add it to the mixture because I kind of made a mess. Okay, I'm gonna try that. Okay, do that. I'm gonna, sorry to say okay about that. Now this one website I've been following has been saying that you should really bake your brownies in metal pans only and not ceramic. So we're gonna get this to the point where there's no lumps. Be loud for just a second. Okay, so far the batter doesn't look bad. Okay, and then 3/4 cup of chocolate chips. This is what gives it that nice fluffy, fudgy, crackly topping. And my husband has been eating chocolate chips straight out of the bag, so I have actually had to hide my chocolate chips. Does anybody else have this problem? Okay, so the batter actually looks pretty good for these viral TikTok videos. So I am going to edit this part out because I forgot to get the pan. So I'm gonna go get my metal pan. I gotta climb up a ladder to get that in a high shelf because we have a little shorty here. So I'm gonna go deciding they don't use in the recipe, they're not using parchment paper or baking spray. I might try the parchment paper. I have a feeling these are gonna be kind of sticky. Okay, so I'm going to parchment paper. I don't really like using parchment paper because it never lines up perfect. Yeah. I'm gonna try this. It's easier to maybe cut. Okay. So any of you that use parchment paper, you know that that part's the annoying part. All right. So I'm gonna show you what the batter looks like. So, like I said, this recipe had absolutely no directions on how to bake it. So, which is so weird, but I think that's how TikTok works. You just don't get all the information. So I'm going to pour this into my 8x8 metal pan, not ceramic and not glass. Brownies should be baked in metal. Otherwise the insides get really not baked all the way through. I realize it's kind of hard to see from there. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. Come closer. So it actually looks pretty good, like that. So I'm going to bake this at 350 degrees. I'm going to start at 30 minutes. I'm assuming it's going to take between 30 and 40 minutes. And when I write the recipe down, if these taste good, or if they're as viral as the 23 million people on TikTok have said with these brownies, I'll post how long I cooked them for and what they turned out like, and I will get this video posted in a little bit. And then I also have today's baking. Okay, so these are the viral TikTok recipes for brownies. 23 million views. This is what it came out of the pan looking like. So I don't like the edges, but we can fix that with our handy brownie cutter. So I'm gonna cut off the edges. I'll link this thing if you are interested in this, but this is what I use to get rid of the extra. Okay, so now, after I take off the edges, which is about a little bit of the brownie, the inside actually looks pretty good. So I'm gonna cut one. Let's see. And actually, they hold together pretty well. So I'm gonna show you what the inside looks like. Okay, so that actually holds together pretty well. So I am going to taste it. They're actually pretty fudgy. Pretty good. I would give these an 8 out of 10 for the viral fudgy brownie recipes off of TikTok. I'm gonna post the recipe on my website. I had to adjust it just a tiny little bit to get the cooking time right. I think they're pretty good. Just give them a try. Except for the edges were bad, but we can cut the edges off and they're good to go. Thanks.